Hi, my name is Ada Gales. I'm an actress in the National Theatre in Bucharest, and I also work as a personal development counselor. I'm very interested in the change of behavior and in the stories we tell ourselves. So this paper started as my interest and my observation on how by rehearsing 10 hours 12 hours a day, um, how and if my mundane behavior is changed and what changes are brought into my mind frame and into the perspective and into the way I am perceiving life. And I'm always asking myself if it would be possible to use this into everyday life and maybe uh, be of service for people to understand that the story we tell ourselves is important, and also that we can have the means to make life a bit more easier, playful, and interesting. Narrowing it down to the paper is called The Act of Love. And in this paper, I'm trying to analyze how the appearance of attraction is, how it is while rehearsing a performance or while filming a movie. And I made a study and asked a lot of actresses and actors how it was for them. And also I analyzed it, taking into consideration some factors that favorize the appearance of attraction. And I will share my screen now. Uh, so, um, we know, of course, that for actors, imagination is really important. And we also know that the attraction appears in the mind. So it's the image I am putting on somebody else, but first it appears in the mind for my body to react for it, for me to act towards it. And it's something that as actors we develop a lot. Then I was really interested in how if being into proximity would intervene and it would favor the attraction, and it would, because there are a lot of studies for workplaces, and as actors we have everything into proximity, but it's not just the physical proximity. It's the meeting of the other actor every day, is meeting the character that he has on every performance you are together. Also, moreover, with proximity, there comes availability. So we are available for each other, and that is very important. We might not be available in the relationship we have at home, but in the theater or on the movie set, we are available for the other. We are available to give him the line. We are available to offer him a drink. We are available to get to know him, because we are interested in making a connection and authentic connection. Moreover, we are vulnerable, and we know that when we are seen as ourselves, being vulnerable, because the theater puts you in the situations that not only the situations from a play, but the situations that you are most of the time maybe rejected, or you are in a situation that you're not comfortable with. So you are in a situation that you need to push your limits, your body limits, your image limits, your preconception limits. And the group sees that, and it favors your openness, and it favors you being able to be more inclined, to be more interested in having somebody to understand you from the work frame. Trust is also important. So as you know, the exercises we do in the theater school, we do them in the school, jumping off tables and everybody catching us. But it's also when we are professionals, I trust you to give me the line. I trust you to be there. I trust you to hear me. I trust you to come in time. And you come, you come towards me with that trust because you trust me. You have to trust me also. And it is very important. Also, pain is important. It's a painful job. It's physically painful, it's mentally painful, maybe the situations or the scenes are painful. So you open up. It is well known that people in times of pain are getting more and more close together. And also what is interesting, last but not least, is this double, the shared consciousness. So I have my consciousness and my personality as an actress, as a human being, but I also have the character's personality. And I'm always inclined to do this, to pendulate between them. I think as it happens to me also, I think on stage as me, myself, not to touch the furniture or to be careful, but I think as the character in the first person, and I say I love you, and I have to believe it because the brain cannot make the difference between fiction or reality. So it's really interesting when I say I love you so many times, and I feel it, because actors know they don't know how to lie. They should learn how to speak the truth. So taking this into consideration, it is quite natural for the appearance of attraction to happen. I also have some examples from my background. So it happened to me, and I used the attraction as an instrument for creation. It happened, I was playing Don't Look Back in Anger, and I was playing Allison, and I felt attracted to Jimmy because I felt that it was the only way I could really understand and really be sincere in in the development of my character. I also, it happened while rehearsing Emily. UFO is a play written by Ivan Verpaev, and it's only a monologue, but I felt attracted to somebody else in the team because Emily opened this unique possibility of vulnerability, meaning also joy. I didn't have that in me before that. And I used it to change the perspective I had about life. So now I'm perceiving my vulnerability, and I can be vulnerable also by loving unconditionally. And it was really important to me. Moreover, the attraction happened to another colleague in the performance pulverization because I admired his craft and I felt attracted to him. Um, and last but not least, so this didn't last. The three examples didn't last. There were fugitives. Some of them materialized, not all of them. But the last one, so the character behavior attraction, I was playing Portia in The Merchant of Venice, and I felt attracted to Bassanio in a way that maybe I connected to the social construct of masculinity, or I was tackled by the way he really was into Portia. And it was interesting because I developed a 1-year relationship with my partner. What is important is that I made a study and I questioned 175 actors and actresses, and 100%, every one of them said that it happened at least once in their career to feel attracted to another colleague. And it was really interesting because after the study, they called me, and it was really nice for them to hear them being very happy that somebody finally thought this is important and not judged and stated. What was interesting is that about the imagination. So how much does the colleague's behavior represent the ideal behavior you would like to have in a partner? So we are talking about that availability, that proximity, that common purpose we have. And a lot of them, a little bit and a lot, 87% of them said that it would be an ideal behavior. Also, I think it's important the time spent together. So most of us are spending more than 5 hours a day together, and we are eating together. We are drinking something after rehearsals together. We are talking about life and mostly about theater, and it's normal to happen. Also, does the colleague's behavior resembles the behavior of somebody already felt attracted to? So here it's also important that attraction can appear when it's something familiar. So if familiar is pain, or if familiar there are toxic behaviors, attraction might appear also. And I will leave you with some questions. What happens with the processes that are not integrated during rehearsals? I think it's very important to have a mental hygiene. It's very important to bring this into discussion. It's very important to use this experience that actors have for the general public, and to use it maybe to make it more easier for the public. Now I'm also working as an entrepreneur, and I find so many useful things that I brought with me from the theater that could be in the benefit of so many people. Also, it's important what happens with the relationships from everyday life. So this mental hygiene is so important, because we should be careful with the relationships we have, and we should learn how to debrief and integrate what is happening during rehearsals. Also, what would happen to the artistic process if we learn to understand better what is happening in our mental and emotional system. And that is really interesting, because how we are as persons, or where we are in our stage of development, I think this is seen on stage, and this could impact the quality of the performances we are doing. And could this experience and understanding have an impact on how we perceive mental health? um, this would be really interesting for me, because I think it would be really interesting into going through a PhD that would question this uh, by role playing, and by, let me just give you an example. Let's say I am afraid of the darkness because now it's night, and I'm playing this character, or I have 3 days, I'm in a study, or I'm in a focus group, or I'm in a group, or I'm in a therapeutical group, and I'm playing this character that can and I can either choose bring my fear of darkness to the character, or if I can for 3 days experience this character that doesn't fear at all darkness, and I can experience sitting in the dark. What would that change into my behavior, or how I perceive light? Could I bring that back into my real life? Because acting gives you the possibility of being present, and the prefrontal cortex narrows his agitation, and I'm in flow. And being in flow, I'm invincible. Being in flow, I can react in present to the things. Being in flow, I am not defined by anything. And it would be really interesting for me to study this in a further, maybe PhD. Thank you so much for your time. May you have a wonderful week.